We are live. John Matrixx, Rob, everything Star Wars, and Rhodes rants. Good evening, gentlemen.
What's up?
What's up? Greetings.
What's going on?
Got a few things on the table tonight. Rob, have you seen Terminator yet?
No, but I've heard so many bad things about it, so you guys can fill me in on it.
You need
Okay.
to watch my videos. You must do it.
Yeah, everybody's been putting out videos about that it's a bomb and it's the third worst or something. I think Rhodes just put out, and I don't know. I don't get what's going on, but it's just not good news all around.
It's terrible, man.
John Matrixx just broke a personal record on his channel for views for the last month. What did you do? Oh, 70,000 views? Is that
I did
correct?
over 70,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
And I think, man, if I started earlier, I'm on pace for like 100,000 this month.
wow.
But I gotta keep that Terminator. The algorithm loves my Terminator videos. That's all I can say.
That's great, man. That seems to be the big news. Everybody's covering that in the Joker, so that seems to be the big thing right now.
Yeah.
19K Fox, what's up, Foxy? Christy, hello. Christy is a Patreon of mine. I do have a Patreon account, so any monies that I receive over there goes straight to my rescue animals. I'm trying to remember to plug that. I forget I have it sometimes.
Yeah, me too. I forget about it too, man.
D. Carey, what's up? Good to see you, man.
You should make like a little video real quick and, just loop it, just always have that video, save it, and then just put it into your videos,
I at one time I had it built into my intro, and I guess I need to put it back, but I've been doing so many like stream videos lately so I can get them out quick,
Trying to get up the watch time.
Well, just trying to get content out, So on the docket for tonight, we had a quick run of news come in after I made the thumbnail, after I set up. We've got some Kenobi news, actually.
Really?
Yeah. And we can start out there. Eric Breen, what's up? Good to see you, man. Christy, thanks for last night. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, then.
Alrighty then.
All right. Just put it in the chat. That's fine. y'all do what y'all need to do right there. I gotta give my Texas girl a hard time. Okay. So Kenobi. This is from Star Wars Newsnet. And I'm not gonna worry about sharing this, but the series will start filming in July.
Oh, I heard February.
Yep, it's going to start filming in July, and that was confirmed by the writer of the series.
Okay, I thought that they had already announced it. I was expecting that anyway.
Yeah, so they were interviewed by Discussing Film. The writer was, and as we know, it's going to take place between episode 3 and episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on to talk about how it's going to involve some of the internal struggles of, the Jedi being goodbye, Rob.
Yeah.
The internal struggles that Kenobi is going through with everything that's happened to the Jedi, during the Jedi Purge.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I heard about that.
That'll probably be pretty interesting. He said I was initially contacted by the original director, Stephen Daltrey, and chatted with him. Loved him as a director, and then with Lucasfilm, it was more of a conversation than a pitch. So he agreed to come on and write it. It will be a 6-hour, 6-episode limited event series. He says, I always loved Star Wars. I always loved the idea of different religions and the notions of the samurai. So he was talking about that. I guess he wants to bring some samurai elements into the show, which actually, and of course, Deborah Chow is going to direct all the episodes.
Okay, and just so you know, Rhodes, anybody that sends a super chat sticker, Rhodes won't be able to see it in StreamYard. So just kind of like put another message in there because Rhodes, if you go to YouTube, you'll see you have a sticker.
Oh, John Matrixx, thanks for the sticker. Okay, and that sucks because I can't highlight it.
You can't see it on through StreamYard. So if anybody if anybody sends a super chat sticker, he won't be able to see it. So make sure you write something else in the chat.
And that makes me think, especially if you're a creator, but really for everybody, if you decide to send a super chat, which of course are always welcome, I might send it as a regular message. That way we can highlight it and show it.
Well, actually now super chats show up green now in StreamYard.
Oh, they do?
So you'll be able to see super chats better than what it was.
But not stickers.
Not stickers.
Okay. Teresa Martin, hello.
Do you guys like StreamYard better than going through YouTube?
Well, Hangouts, Google Hangouts?
No, going through regular YouTube. Is StreamYard?
I never stream through regular YouTube.
Oh, never.
This is so much better.
Yeah. Plus, like if I do a video through here, I went ahead and upgraded where I can like add overlays and things like that to my videos with like logos or whatever. Like in the right hand corner right now, it says Rhodes Rants instead of powered by StreamYard or whatever. So anyway, and Terminator Dark Fate at the box office.
Christy said to take that off your screen. I'm not sure what she's talking about.
I don't know which one she was talking about.
I don't know.
There's no telling. Guys, make sure you hit that like button. And Terminator Dark Fate is continuing its destruction straight into the ground. It will not break $12 million in its second weekend.
Yeah. The projection was 13 to 14.5 million, and now we have updated projections.
It has dropped. Deadline is saying it's headed towards an $11.75 million box office opening.
Man,
wow.
I can tell you this, man. Do you think this movie is even going to be in a theater for 5 weeks? It may get pulled so fast.
I don't think it's going to hit a sixth week. Well, I'll say that.
No, I mean, because it made 29 the first week. It's projecting 11 this week. And it's only going to decrease from there. It'll probably end up being like 6 million the third week. It's bad. This is bad.
Maybe.
You both saw the movie, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And what was your? I mean, I'll watch your videos. I have to catch up. But what was your opinion?
John, you go first.
It was terrible, disrespectful. I mean, do you want spoilers?
Yeah, you could go right ahead. Yeah.
They killed John Connor right at the beginning of the movie.
Whoa.
Yeah. No respect to him whatsoever. And the girl that they replace him with is terrible. Terrible. The CGI, the visual effects look awful. It is the worst looking Terminator movie as far as visual effects go ever.
So you guys notice a trend going on here that they don't like the old anymore?
Yeah.
They want to go with the old name and the old film to make money, so they put the label there, but then they want to like get rid of everything that's old about the movie that made the movie. I don't get it.
They don't like the male anymore.
They don't like the old male white guys.
Yeah.
Imagine, think of this, man. What if John Connor was black? John Connor would be alive in this movie, I think, because that would be way too much backlash from the mainstream media if they killed off a black John Connor.
It was, and on top of it, it was just clunky the way it was done. Look, Rob, the way I described the movie was it was a bad Terminator movie. In a vacuum, it's a good little action movie. But when I say good little action movie, I'm talking about comparing a Terminator movie to something like the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Okay. Yeah, that kind of low-hanging fruit action movie. Okay. Not one of the new Fast and the Furious movies where their big event. You want to know the truth? The Fast and the Furious movies feel larger now than a Terminator movie.
Oh my God!
Yeah, much grander in scale and things like for the same budget. By the way, somehow they managed to spend the same amount of money as a Fast and Furious movie that made $900 million.
And Rob, after they kill off John Connor, which is a Arnold Schwarzenegger DH T-800, and Rhodes even agree with this. That de-aging technology in the beginning of the movie was fantastic, probably the best I've ever seen. That was about the only good thing I can really say about the movie, because after that, it's nothing more than T1, T2 rehashed.
They must have spent $80 million on Sarah Connor and Linda Hamilton de-aging.
You could not tell it wasn't
she
her.
was flawless.
Wow.
You would have thought she was straight out of T2.
Yeah.
It was. Wow. It dropped my jaw. I was like, whoa, man, that's good de-aging. Yeah. But the Terminator came walking up looking like John Matrixx from Commando.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't look anything like Arnold from T2. He was dressed like John Matrixx from Commando.
Yep. And another fatal flaw, that Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't show up to 1 hour into the movie. He's a fourth wheel in this movie, and guess what? His T-800 is domesticated. He's married with a wife and a kid.
What?
Yeah. Not the same T-800, man. Not intimidating
whatsoever. He adapted. So in the last 2 years, two years and a half a month, we lost John Connor and Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, pretty much the T-800 also.
Hey, Eric Breen said we all need to get the hell off the show. we need to be replaced by 3 strong women.
Well, I guess you can call me Joanna Matrixx.
You call me Roberta.
Y'all can kiss my ass is what you can do, because I'm not leaving this show. This is a show where it's okay for strong males to be a part of it. Okay.
That's funny. Wow, that's sad too.
Yeah.
Alexis Siri, hello. Great to see you.
Great supporter.
I haven't heard much about you about Disney Plus. I know Rhodes is all in with the Mandalorian like I am. How do you feel about it, Joe?
I'm feeling very good about The Mandalorian. I mean, I'm feeling really good about that. Show looks amazing. It really does. I'm going in a little cautious, but it looks really, really good. And I'm pretty sure Rhodes is going to get on to some spoilers about The Mandalorian later, but it looks really good. And I hear that Maya is there.
Yeah, she wants to say hi. Say hi.
Hi, Maya.
Say this is Rhodes. Say hi, Rhodes.
Hi, Rhodes. She knows who I am. It's been such a long time.
This is John. Say hi, John.
Hi, John.
She knows me too.
My name is Maya.
They know who you are.
Yeah.
They know you.
I'm here. You're there.
Right. Said, I'm here. You're there.
And it's everything Star Wars, and I'm your host, Maya. And that's my host, Daddy. Today we're talking about Star Wars.
Good job. Go play, and I'll feed you in a little bit.
Hey, Eric Breen said 1 down, 2 to go. Strong female character just showed up. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think that The Mandalorian looks. It's funny because I don't know if you saw this, Rhodes, today, or I hope I don't ruin a couple of your videos, but Iger was saying today that there's not going to be any more movies for a while. And DB Weiss and Benoff took off for Netflix for the $250 million, And there was other rumors saying that they couldn't handle the toxic,
I heard about
environment.
that. Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, the quarterly call was yesterday afternoon with Bob Iger. And yeah, the films have been put on the shelf for at least, of course they announced 2022, but the way Iger's talking, it's like they have indefinitely put Star Wars films on the shelf.
Yeah, because they were planning on Benioff and Weiss for 2022. I mean, that's 3 years down the road. Maybe it'll still be around. Something, I don't know. It definitely ain't Rian Johnson, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, and did you?
Okay.
Has any?
I was reading
one of you?
Death by Saber. Sorry.
Is any one of you watched Doomcock's video from earlier today?
Yes, I saw it. I saw it about the episode 9 test screenings.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh man, that was a good video.
3 different versions of the film. The first 2 tested not good, and evidently Bob Iger lost his ever-loving shit after the first screening.
Now, actually,
I did see that.
Actually, said the first part of the movie scored pretty good. The second and third part of the movie tested terrible, and the George Lucas part that George Lucas implemented to make it better scored like an 88, the highest one. Well, you think if you listen to George, maybe the movie would be a bit better.
Right. Well, and Doomcock confirmed something I said a while back. About 25% of the movie ended up being reshot. He shot down to 75%. Yeah,
initially, which I thought was kind of outrageous.
Rhodes Squadron, drunk 3PO with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. King Kong's in the trunk. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Guys, go subscribe to Drunk 3PO as if any of y'all are not.
Yes.
He is killing it over there on his channel. And I'm going to plug a video he did earlier today. He did a video where he reached out to creators
that are under 1,000 subs.
That are under 1,000 subs and said, hey, make a video, go over, watch his video so you can get the specifics. He wants creators, smaller creators, to make videos so he can try to help them grow. So, Rob.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know.
Hook up with the inebriated droid and get it going, okay? Lord Callis too, wherever in the hell he's at.
Yeah,
right
I already commented on Drunk's video, Lord Callis.
Yeah. Alexa Siri, you think Frozen 2 will make more than The Rise of Skywalker?
I don't know. I never watched. First Frozen movie, I wasn't into it.
What about Jumanji?
I don't know, because Doomcock was saying the next version. He said the final version that they tested out did score a lot better with the crowd. But did you hear the part about something about Luke in the flesh? Did you hear that?
Yeah,
part?
Luke and Anakin.
Yeah.
Luke and Anakin.
And Anakin in the flesh.
So I'm gonna just Drunk says Rob, I will. Drunk, I will. But here's my question: now that Iger is saying, okay, I'm not so sure about these future movies now. To me, they have no idea what they're doing. No. They have absolutely no damn clue what they're doing. And ever since Solo happened, they're scared. This shows me that they are just friggin' scared, and they're gonna play it safe by going with Disney Plus. And that's what I got out of all this today. That's what I'm getting.
And I've already said it, man. I think it's over at the box office for the Star Wars movies, at least for the very foreseeable future. I'm talking about, like, you need a regime change. I mean, Bob Iger is going to be gone. Kathleen Kennedy's going to be gone. And it's going to really depend on who you put in there. And I think Star Wars is going to have a home on Disney Plus, because I like what I'm hearing about The Mandalorian. I'm very interested in Obi-Wan. And I was a Cassian Andor fan in Rogue One. And
me too.
they're bringing in Tony Gilroy, who basically made all the great parts of Rogue One.
He
And
made
Clone
Rogue
Wars-
One what it ended up being.
And of course, Clone Wars season 7.
You know what I think is that they listened to the fans by doing Obi-Wan because everybody wanted that. And I mean, Mark Hamill was saying, well, just listen to the fans. And they're like, no, we're going to do things our way. And that was their biggest mistake. Their biggest mistake, and I'll say this 100 times, they had no plan. I don't care what they say. Oh, Palpatine was in the whole time. No, he wasn't. Come on. Give me a break. They had, I don't believe. What?
Palpatine showed up about the time the lightsaber split Snoke right in two and he fell over.
Yeah, yeah. His spirit is in the ring. I don't know. Whatever.
But Rob, when it came to Obi-Wan, I don't think it was that they were listening to fans. Obi-Wan was going to be something 4 years ago. And then when Solo flopped, they panicked.
That's right. Yeah. Well, and we've said before, Solo should have been Obi-Wan.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And Bob Iger still doesn't get it. He still thinks it's a quantity problem with Star Wars instead of a quality.
No.
It's a quality problem. And I actually probably think he really knows that, but he's just trying to save face or something. I don't know.
Here's what they should have done. What they should have done was when they got George's 7, 8, and 9, go with it. You want to tweak it, that's fine. You want to put Rey and all them as back characters to give them a story to set up their next trilogy. That would have been terrific. I think everybody could have accepted that. We could have accepted if you would have killed Luke in episode 9 because he had to sacrifice himself or something.
Well, Luke was going to die in episode 9 anyway with George's treatments.
But that's how they should have done it.
Yeah.
And they got greedy and they said, oh, we'll just put a label and anything we put out there will work. And what I never understood, and if you guys can explain this to me, I'm all ears. How could you have different people making a trilogy? Everybody here is going to make it. If Rhodes puts out a movie number 1, John puts out movie number 2, and I put out movie number 3, we're all going to have a different vision of how we want it to go.
Bingo, man.
You can't do that. You just can't do that.
Here's the thing.
You can have one writer.
Yes.
It's okay to have 3 directors, but you don't want 3 different assholes writing a trilogy.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, man. I don't consider J.J. Abrams a writer. Rian Johnson is definitely not a writer. I mean, if you're going to have them direct, that's one thing. But to throw out George Lucas's story treatments and approve a Rian Johnson story treatment and let him direct and write the movie, that just boggles my mind completely.
I agree.
I still wonder about Mark Fernandez and his rumor that he has heard that Feige is doing Lucas's treatments. I don't know. They've got 3 slots every other year after starting 2022. And that the idea would be just like Feige and Stan Lee merged together for the MCU, Feige and Lucas would merge together for those 3 Star Wars movies. I don't know. But I think it's got to be something nuts like that to get fans back in the theaters. It's got to be something. Whoa, you mean they're using his treatments, that he's writing all 3 movies? Okay. We'll go watch those, And
what about
Feige producing and not Kathleen Kennedy?
What about if they did the EU? What about if they did the Old Republic? What about if they brought that in and say, you know what, listen, this is going to be big. And then on Disney Plus, they could have the story of Darth Bane or Darth Nihilus or whatever. They could fill in the characters on Disney Plus, but put out the big movie on the big screen. Would that not make a cash grab? Would that people not flock to see this?
That's what they're doing for the going forward version of the MCU. Exactly what they're doing. Feige come out yesterday and said that you will have to watch the MCU series to understand what is going to happen in the films going forward. They
Yeah.
will all be one story, interconnected, interwoven. Alexis Series says, "Why haven't
Yeah.
they asked Kevin Smith to do a Star Wars movie?" My feeling is because Kevin Smith is not qualified to do a Star Wars movie. Okay, I know he's an accomplished director to a point, but he is an episodic TV director now.
Yeah. I don't see him as a Star Wars person, really.
He loves it. He's a diehard old school Star Wars fan. But I could see him directing. Now, this is Death by Saber says, trying to highlight this. Have Kevin Smith direct the new, not the new trilogy, but direct episodes of TV. Now, he says Kenobi, but Kenobi's being done by Deborah Chow. All of
You know who I would like to actually come back and direct a Star Wars movie? I would love to have Ron Howard come back and direct a Star Wars movie. He is a very good director. Now, Solo was trash. I mean, it was a complete dumpster fire going back to before he even was brought on board.
You got two guys that both enjoyed Solo on this stream.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is he was brought into the fire. They were already having massive production issues with that movie, and he was brought in to kind of put out the fire. I'm talking about give him a good story, a good script, and let him direct the Star Wars movie. I really wish that George Lucas would have let him direct The Phantom Menace. He almost was about to direct The Phantom Menace.
Okay, I got something. What about what's his name? Gareth Edwards?
Gareth
what
Edwards.
about him? Yeah, he did I don't know how you guys feel about Rogue One.
I love Rogue One.
Yeah, me too.
But really, Tony Gilroy directed all the best parts of Rogue One.
So why not have the two of them do a trilogy?
It wouldn't happen because technically Gareth Edwards was fired by Lucasfilm.
Yeah, they let him go.
But if you're getting rid of the old regime, let's say those two, KK and Iga, leave. You know, you're gonna have two new people in there. You could bring them right back. You could bring him, Howard in, and you know, just my opinion.
Well, my thing is, I don't think it's going to happen because Rhodes will probably agree with me on this. The Cassian Andor show, Tony Gilroy, they hired him to come in and do that show, not Gareth Edwards.
The guy that they hired to fix. See, Tony Gilroy is responsible for the big Vader scene at the end of Rogue One. He's responsible for that epic third act we got in Rogue One that is so good. You know,
that last 45 minutes of Rogue One is fantastic.
Good. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the whole thing. I can't say there was anything about that movie that I felt like, oh, this could have been cut. I like Solo, but there was things that I would have edited out, and I don't know why they didn't put in that scene, that deleted scene with him flying the TIE fighter, and I was like, that was an excellent scene. Why wasn't that in the movie?
You talking about a Rogue One?
No, Solo.
Solo. Okay.
If the deleted scene where he's in the Imperial fighter, and then he gets yelled at, and I thought that scene was just terrific because it shows him being a pilot for the Empire, and I'm like, man, they should have put that in the movie. Why wasn't this in the movie? And why'd they show him with Chewie in the shower? I mean, you know,
him and Chewie in the shower, and the way he got his name should have just been completely cut from the movie.
I hated how he got his name. That was ridiculous.
And the thing is, it kind of doesn't make sense because if you watch Solo, Han Solo knows his father. He mentions his father and everything in there, so he would actually have a last name.
Right?
Why couldn't he just be Han Solo?
His last name was really Thomas. You know. So,
and then they disrespect him in a comic book because they have Imperials making fun of him for keeping that name, disrespecting Han Solo again.
Alexis Series says, "Will Star Wars turn into Star Trek if they make too many spin-off series?" My feeling with that, though, is that's part of the changing times.
Yeah, they're going to need stuff for Disney Plus.
Yeah. I think you're going to see a lot. Like we're seeing what could end up being the movie of the year, and we haven't talked about it a bunch. The Irishman comes out on Netflix at the end of this month with De Niro, Pesci, and Pacino.
Yeah.
Scorsese, and they've done early screenings and stuff, and a lot of the people have come out and said it's the best movie of the year.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
the times are changing in the way that, eventually I think you will be able to watch first run movies at home.
Yes, me and you talked about that, man. Like, I think the days of the movie theater are going to be coming to an end in the next, 15 years. The streaming wars have begun.
Yeah.
Like for example, man, I have Disney Plus. I got that, that 3-year deal. It comes out to like $4 a month. And since I bought this new Mac, I got Apple TV free for a year. So everybody's coming out with streaming services. Even HBO is having one now.
Of course, I cut the cord to save money, and they're adding all these streaming services. I'm like, holy crap, but I'm still paying less than I was paying with Dish Network, even with now. They just dropped a bomb on me. PlayStation View is going away after I've had it for like 6 years. They're getting rid of their streaming TV service. So
the only reason
I've got to find a different one.
Yeah, the only reason I still have cable is because DirecTV gave me an unbelievable, ridiculous deal because I actually cut the cord, and they called me back and they gave me this unbelievable deal, and my rate doesn't go up. So. And it'll be hard for me to give up my local sports channels. So if I cut the cord, I won't be able to see the Rockets or Astros.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on if whether or not you decide to pick up a TV service. Then you'll be okay. Like Fubo is probably what I'm going to end up going to in replace of PlayStation View. It's $50 a month, and I get like 50 some channels. Now the problem with that is no ABC family of networks on Fubo.
Oh.
Now YouTube TV has all of that. The problem is they don't have NFL Network or Red Zone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yikes, what am I going to do there? So I may go with, once the football season ends, I may go to YouTube TV and ride that out until next year's football season starts.
They don't have a lot of things, man. It's like $50 a month. I mean, it's kind of expensive. I mean, tell you the truth, man, my DirecTV, for 4 rooms is only $65 a month.
That's really cheap.
I know. Wow. I told you they gave me a ridiculous deal. When I cut the cord, they actually gave me 7 months for free.
Wow.
That's how desperate they were. Because I had DirecTV for like 2 years, and I said, all right, I'm paying too much. So I canceled it. And like 3 months later, they called me back and they just dropped their pants. And they said, all right, your rate is never going to go up. Now, the most expensive thing really is my internet, but my internet is actually more expensive than my cable. But that T-Mobile, they're talking about creating this thing to where it's going to change internet to where, you'll be able to, like, I guess, get all of your internet through your mobile device instead of like an AT&T or someone like that.
Lexus Series Disney Plus does start next Tuesday.
I also heard that Endgame is going to be next Tuesday.
Yes, it's going to be on there when it launches.
Yeah, a lot of things. But how many markets is Disney Plus going to be open in? Because I'm not hearing very many.
Well, I can tell you this.
Wow.
I can tell you it's not going to hit the UK and some other countries until March of 2020.
I got subs that's not going to be able to see the Mandalorian.
And I think that's a monumental mistake by Disney.
I agree.
I mean, they got to get this thing in China. I don't even think China has it, right?
No, I haven't heard anything about that.
That's a big mistake, man.
What's up, Shaney? There are too many streaming services.
That's why the streaming wars are going to be happening. I mean, Netflix is now I get Netflix technically for free because I have T-Mobile, but it's like $13 a month?
It's 15 now.
15? Okay. Disney
15.
Plus Disney
Yep.
Plus has changed the game, man. Disney Plus is like $7 a month, but if you got the 3-year deal, it's like $4 a month. Apple TV, I believe, is like $5 a month. These streaming wars are starting, and it's only going to benefit us, the consumer, in the next few years.
Yeah. I didn't think Hulu has also got TV service now too, so I forgot about that.
Well, the thing is, Hulu is owned by Disney.
They need a package where you can get Hulu TV service and with a Disney Plus add-on. That would be nice.
They do. They have that. You get Hulu, you get Disney Plus, and you get ESPN Plus for $12.99 a month.
I bet you don't. I'm talking about Hulu's actual TV service that's like $50 a month.
Oh,
where you watch
okay.
all your live channels. You know.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. But
Yeah.
I mean, still, that $12.99 a month.
Add-on though.
I don't know. I
I'll have
haven't
to
really
look.
seen anything about it because when I signed up for Disney Plus, I didn't see that deal out there. I don't think that deal is going to start until day one of Disney Plus. Ooh,
Well-
look at Death by Saber's comment, the last one. Talking about Cobra Kai.
Yeah. In fact, I went to YouTube during the last season of second season of Cobra Kai. I switched over for a month and took YouTube. That's the good thing about having streaming TV is if I get a whim, I'll go try another service for a month and then come back. So Sling is also pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
but Death by Saber, man, Cobra Kai being on Netflix, you can actually Cobra Kai season 3 is going to be free on YouTube. It's going to have ads on it, but it's going to be free. So you don't even need YouTube Premium to watch it.
yeah, but are they gonna bring that out when it comes out?
No, I think actually season 2 right now you can watch right now, or season 1 without premium.
Oh no.
Okay, let's talk about this Mandalorian rumor, and it's a rumor.
Yeah, I can tell you I don't
Was
like it.
was that from your video last night?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I can tell you I don't believe it. That's one thing I can tell you.
I don't believe it and I don't like it.
See, everybody else loved it. Did you see the comments in the comment section? Everybody was like, "I hope this happens."
Go ahead and tell what the leak is, and I'll give you my opinion on it.
Okay. Essentially, the Mandalorian would be set, whereas the show starts, and you actually have flashbacks, and the flashbacks actually start close to the start of the show, and then progressively work further back until the end of the episode. Well, the last scene of the episode of episode 1 zooms in on the Sarlacc pit, and a hand comes out of the Sarlacc pit, and that's where it goes off, evidently. I don't believe this rumor at all. I don't.
Well, I thought
but-
you were talking about another rumor that came out.
No, I'm talking about the rumor that the leak was insinuating that Boba Fett was the Mandalorian. Is Boba Fett.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But you run into a lot of problems with that.
I only have
One thing to me is that
Just a little bit of
the Mandalorian
Okay.
is Pedro Pascal. I think eventually we're going to see him without the helmet. He does not look like Tamora Morrison, and his voice doesn't sound like Tamora Morrison. It's going to be a continuity kind of issue right there. That's the one reason I don't believe it whatsoever.
bit of French fries and a little bit of
See, I actually thought they cast him because they both have sort of darker skin, and they could. I thought they could play it off that way.
Yeah.
Do
you think his helmet? You think his helmet's going to come off?
Eventually,
Probably
but
like
I don't
last
think it. 4, 5, 6 episodes in, I would think at least.
And now I can see them doing this to where Pedro Pascal leaves the helmet on every episode, and then the last episode at the end, he takes off his helmet, and guess what? He looks like Tamora Morrison.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't either. For the record, I don't think it's Boba Fett.
Me neither.
Do I think we will find out the fate of Fett in this
Yeah,
show? Yes, I
think
do.
so.
And I think that is the major. There's a rumor that there's a major saga spoiler in the first episode, and I think that's what it's going to be. They will reveal whether or not Boba is alive or dead.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, didn't they say that Boba Fett wouldn't be in this whatsoever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did say. Okay, now another question, because I know people they see it. It's a lot of nostalgia, right? They have the IG-11 instead of IG-88. They had the Mandalorian instead of Boba Fett. Is it because, I mean, I know it's supposed to be new, quote unquote, but but is it because that if they made that IG-88, if they put Boba Fett or Bosk in there, then George gets a bigger cut? Is that what it was about?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say, man. That's another reason why I don't think he's Boba Fett.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because now it's IG-11 instead of IG-88, which they're technically the same thing. The Mandalorian is basically wearing the same armor as Boba Fett. But another thing is that, man, I was just about to mention it and I completely forgot about it just now.
Well,
it'll come.
Here's what I'm going to say. Like, the show looks great. It looks phenomenal. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it. The only knock I would have if I was somebody who wanted to hate it, just hate everything. My side would be, if I hate it, which I don't, I would say, well, it's kind of like Boba Fett. Well, it's kind of like, all this is nothing new. It's all what what George put out there already. And you could kind of say that if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to think that way because I like what they're doing. I really do. I really like it. I like that you're showing the battle droids. You're throwing the stormtroopers in there. I like what they're doing. And I don't want to think that negative. But when that thought came in my head, I was like, yeah, I kind of understand where some people that bothers them. Not enough to hate it, but just that part is like, oh, if you mean new, it's got to be brand spanking new,
Yeah. But here's another thing, Robin Rhodes. This is I just remember what I was going to say. The problem with the Mandalorian being Boba Fett is that Boba Fett is not a Mandalorian.
Yes.
He's not a Mandalorian.
Well,
Yes.
And that's the other issue. And Jon Favreau is specifically a fan of Mandalorians and the culture that comes with the Mandalorians.
Yes. And he consulted with George Lucas on this.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure George told him, absolutely not. Fett is not a Mandalorian. And George Lucas said that many years ago. It's nothing new.
Well, there is after I got to looking at that trailer I brought up, I think that's the wrong one. But there is another TV trailer out there that shows a Mandalorian that's got a helmet on that looks like Sabine's.
I absolutely believe that Sabine is going to be in this.
Yeah.
And I really believe that Sabine and Ahsoka are going to show up in this TV show. I think Filoni is more involved for a reason.
I don't think that particular shot is Sabine, but it is a helmet just like hers.
Yeah.
So they're telling you right there, hey, we're really aware of that look that the Mandalorians had.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Sabine.
I am too. They talk about strong female characters. She was a good one,
Yep, her and Hera. Hera was really good. She's a strong female character.
Yeah.
And it's funny. A lot of people, when the Clone Wars started, couldn't stand Ahsoka, and they were turned off by the Clone Wars because of Ahsoka, which is really funny because look where it is now and how popular her character has become.
She's so beloved.
Yeah, it's incredible.
She was awful in the movie, if I remember correctly, the Clone Wars movie.
I didn't see the movie until after I saw the TV
series?
shows. Yeah,
Okay.
and the movie didn't bother me because all that movie is like taking clips from the TV show and just putting it together. That's really what it is.
Well, do I think Ahsoka could show up in this show? Very possibly, but I think it's going to be in season 2,
Yeah,
which is filming right now already.
yeah.
Isn't that? I heard they already did the first episode for season 2. Is that
Yeah.
insane?
Say it again.
I heard that they already did the first episode for season 2 has already been filmed. I don't know if that's true, but
Yeah.
I heard that.
That's very possible. They have not officially released the director's list for season 2, but it's my understanding Jon Favreau will direct an episode in season 2. Filoni will direct an episode. Carl Weathers may direct an episode.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But didn't Filoni directed 2 episodes this season, right?
Correct.
I don't think Ahsoka's going to show up in the first episode because Filoni's directing the first episode.
And the guy who plays IG-11, he's directing the last final episode of this season.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, Taika Waititi.
Yeah. I think Ahsoka may show up in that second episode that Filoni directs.
I'm a little worried about Taika. I did not like Ragnarok like everybody else did.
Thank you.
I
didn't like the tone of it.
I didn't like that all the comedic stuff they did in Ragnarok.
Yeah, it was too comedic.
But he did do an interview and said it was made very clear to him, and he understood very clearly, Star Wars is a different animal than the MCU. And he adjusted his filmmaking style appropriately for Star Wars. He said that. He literally said that. So
now, the Clone Wars is supposed to come out in February, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And then when does the Rogue One spinoff come out? Because I haven't heard much about that at all.
we don't know.
I'm thinking Obi-Wan is going to come first before that.
I am too, actually. I kind of agree with that line of thinking, the way it's lined out right now, because unless Cassian starts filming in, say, January or February, and we just haven't heard an announcement of the filming, then yeah, Kenobi looks like it would be the next.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we may actually get season 2 of The Mandalorian before we get Kenobi or Cassian.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, we're getting Mandalorian this month, February, Clone Wars season 7, and we'll get Mandalorian season 2 next fall. And then 2021, we'll get Obi-Wan. And who's to say they can't release both of them in the same year? I'm thinking, though, that 2022 would probably be Cassian Andor, or maybe early 2021. We haven't really heard about when they're even going to start production on that show.
And I heard that Iger announced that there's going to be more shows coming out for 3 more shows he announced, but he didn't say whether it was Star Wars or not. So I don't know. But he just made that announcement I think it was today.
There was something said in the quarterly stream that there are 3 more Star Wars shows on the table right now. One of them, I believe, will be Crimson Dawn, the Darth Maul, Emilia Clarke continuation from Solo.
Now, that would be something I'm interested in, something focusing on Darth Maul.
Well, it could be a gangster war between Crimson Dawn and Jabba the Hutt. And I'm all for that because that means Han and Boba are both in play in that show.
But the problem is, you got to be careful showing Darth Maul and Han Solo in the same scene. You can't show them because, remember, Han Solo said he never saw any all-powerful force, and it's a bunch of tricks and mumbo jumbo, whatever. You can't let him see Darth Maul. That's the problem.
That's an interesting point. Now, Boba is quite aware that there's Jedi. I do know that.
Yeah. I would like to see Boba Fett and Darth Maul.
That's just what I was thinking. Can you imagine a Boba Fett and Darth Maul tie off?
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah. Get Daniel Logan to play Boba Fett.
There you go. Yeah.
And Ray Park, man, he's ready, man.
Well, he says he's training right now.
Yeah.
For something.
Oh,
And
he did a
keep-
video on that.
Yeah, he keeps hashtagging Sith
Yeah.
in his training.
And he shaved his head totally bald too.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
he's going to be in the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. I think he is.
You do?
What's that?
You do? You think he's going to
I
be?
think he's going to be in Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's 8 years after Sith, and we know that him and Maul eventually meet up around the time of A New Hope, right before New Hope, really. A couple of years or so.
Yeah,
Who's to say they didn't have another battle somewhere?
Who's to say him and Vader didn't have a battle?
Yes. How about, that would be pretty cool. You have Vader and Maul.
Yeah.
And you know what? That would be interesting because you remember going back to Rebels. Maul said that he told Ezra, somebody, I can't defeat Vader. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Why can't he defeat Vader? Maybe him and Vader had a battle and Vader beat him up pretty good.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Because after, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't see all the Clone Wars, but maybe, right? Palpatine comes, he finds Maul, right? He kills his brother and he electrocutes him, right?
Yeah.
And then the next time we see Maul is in Rebels. Is that correct? Because I don't remember.
Well, technically Solo, timeline wise.
Right. Okay. Solo. So we don't know what happens between that moment.
We don't know what the
and when
Emperor did with him.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't. And is it possible that he was trying to get away and he confronts Vader and Vader beats him to the pretty badly and somehow he escapes or something like that? I mean, they could do that.
Maybe he goes into hiding for a while. In fact, I think he does, doesn't he?
That's probably why, because Crimson Dawn, I don't think anybody knows who is the head of Crimson Dawn.
Yeah, so they could do that.
That's kind of what I gathered is that only Amelia Clark's character knew of Maul's existence.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons she wouldn't. You notice she didn't want to drag Han any further into it.
Yeah.
And that was to protect him from Maul, I would guess.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, I don't really see her coming back in Star Wars. I don't think so.
I don't know. If it was a series, I think she might do it. They
Maybe
might pay her.
Yeah, she seems a bit out of place in Star Wars to me.
Can I tell you something? I used to like her a lot more than I like her lately as an actress, honestly. You know,
she's great in Game of Thrones.
She's
I'm pretty
okay.
sure you didn't like her as Sarah Connor.
No, I surely didn't. You're right about that.
Yeah. Well, she was better than Jay Courtney.
Isn't she in this Christmas movie that's coming out too? She plays an elf or something like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She is?
She's got a Christmas movie, and I hear it's awful. Yeah. Yeah.
Has she done
plays
anything good?
She plays an elf. You could see the trailer. It's it's all right, whatever.
Has
It's like a romantic comedy, I guess.
Has she done anything good outside of Game of Thrones?
Not particularly. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah.
The only
I really
thing
don't know.
Jay Courtney's ever been good in, he was great as Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. And he was in Alita also. He had that one cameo.
Cameo, yeah.
Man, he was terrible in Terminator Genesis.
My boy Anthony, YouTube fan, says Dave Filoni for the win. I think his live action directorial debut will be great and will kind of push him off towards a Star Wars movie. I think you could see him end up directing one of those 3 movies that they have on the schedule theoretically, after he cuts his teeth on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, but David, I think some things are changing behind the scenes. I don't know if you've seen some of my leak videos over the last 4, 5, 6 months, but Kathleen Kennedy's not really doing much over there. I equate her to a spade cat at this point.
She's a figurehead, probably, most likely.
She's an administrative pencil pusher at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's just binding her time. That's it. She's just,
Because
I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna say, just look at all the rumors we're hearing about episode 9. It's all Bob Iger decision making.
Yeah.
We're not hearing anything about Kathleen Kennedy.
Really fast, guys. I do have a little bit of a synopsis for the first 3 episodes of The Mandalorian. And when I say a little bit of a synopsis, it is very little. Episode 1, the Mandalorian tracked down a target for a well-paying client. Episode 2, he has the target. And he encounters some, what they're being called as scavengers in episode 2. And in episode 3, he actually returns the target back to the client. But I think that's where things are going to make a turn, because I think he's going to decide at the last minute not to give the bounty to the client.
And I heard it's a kid or a child or something like that.
Probably that kid we saw in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, you talking about that? The one where the super battle droids were shown? Is that what you're talking about?
I can't remember exactly.
It's either that or because there was a scene when a mother is holding this child, and I'm like, that's got to.
Yeah, that scene. Yeah.
Kid.
And
in case you're wondering, I did do the math. It's not Rey.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
It was concerning because somebody brought that up, and I didn't tell anybody, but for months I've been thinking, God, don't let this kid be Rey. Don't let this kid be Rey.
Yeah, because Rey would have to be like what, 27 years old, and she's only supposed to be like 20 or 19 at The Force Awakens.
Yeah. So the timeline does not match up for
timeline wise, she would have to be born like 7 years later.
Oh, Chubby Teddy, what's up, man? Well, I hate to do this to everybody that's just following in, but I've got a hard out tonight because I'm going on another show.
Yes, he is.
Guys, I will be on Kermit the Log's channel, I believe tonight. I believe at 8:00 Central, and we'll be talking horror movies over there with Kermit the Log and Fan Addicts of Film. One of my
cool. Ben's a good guy.
Absolutely. By the way, John Matrixx, Ben said he has or is going to reach out to you. So Ben from Fan Addicts of Film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got a nice sized channel over there. So
okay.
Did I see the Snyder Cut photo with Aquaman?
I think I saw that photo. I think I saw it.
I did not see it, but I saw the Snyder Cut was trending on Twitter again today. It was #1 in the U.S. It is Alexis Siri. It is going to be on Kermit the Log channel, I believe, is what they told me. If not, it'll be on Fan Addicts of Film, one of the two. So that's my understanding anyway. So I appreciate everybody coming out. I hate to do a hard out on a live stream, but I knew I had this stream coming up, and we knew we was only flying for an hour. So everybody take care. Oh, wait. I got one question here. What are you most excited for in The Mandalorian? Storytelling from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
Would you guys agree? Or
yeah, because they got the visual effects down. So story, main thing.
I think they got that down too. The one thing about Filoni and Jon Favreau is they know what they're doing. They got it.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, Rhodes, if they added Howard and they added Edwards to this, and they kick out KK and I believe, I think things could really drastically turn around. That's just my opinion.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Absolutely. And let me see if I've got.
Hey, Snoke.
Oh, okay. George Dallas is still in Vegas, so that's why I
Oh, okay.
forgot about him being there. Peace. We're out.